attack onto a lot of those players.
We see Alliance Frostivus very close to him as well. Mike, I'm going to get that blue armor early. Blue dagger as well. Not a bad start, not at all. Nothing purple just yet, but we're heading over to where the action is taking place. Verse and Mines going toe-to-toe. Verse having lost the majority of that blue armor. He's going to find that reset. The third party doesn't fancy going in on it. Mike now going for that timing attack, as you said, is going to be finding Frostivus here.
Yeah, but he's not only going to be finding Frostivus. Every other player is also very close by. Mike managing to find the parry. Frostivus will be able to drop down off the rooftop before he can extend it, but he's locked into the corner. The F2 will be able to find the catch, but Mike now with the 1-2 on those fist blades throws out the RMB, looking to get that last chip of damage to take Frostivus down, gets parried out of it, and unfortunately that parry put him on the outsides of the fight, too far away. Spider with the dash through on the F2. Matari manages to claim the kill before Mike can grab it, and now he puts himself out of notice, out of attention, going for a full reset, because the rest of these players are sharking down the low player, the low Syra.
Indeed, Polaris desperately trying to disengage, but Spider, whoa! Just a blink of an eye and you'll miss it, managing to find yet another elimination with that F2. Matari showing up massively in this hot drop situation, able to find these third parties with those quick dashes and claiming those eliminations. Mike getting the scale rush, knocking a player down, but not able to follow up with the blue focus. Unfortunately, goes for the focus release into the follow-up, and now this player is he's running for the hills. He's low HP. Does he find the armor swap?
Does Spider find another F2 homing missile? Lock on pace with the soul break, turns it away, had to burn through that focus right commitment to get out of the Temi CC lockdown. Does get interrupted, but the damage is not enough to take him fully out of that flight, and will be able to continue utilizing this ultimate to keep himself mobile and heal on through as these players start trying to keep up that chase. He's going to lose the V2 in a matter of moments. There's enough building and terrain though to fully break away from everyone's notice and potentially slip away with everyone else looking to turn onto someone else vulnerable. As you can see, just Mike, he doesn't want to be on the front lines. He wants that third party opportunity. He's probably got something like a ranged weapon, maybe that pistol with the highest spread in the back pocket, but he's going to be contesting up against WBG Spider, who is absolutely doing the exact same thing. He's waiting for Verse and Pace to go low enough for him to come through with that F2.
We do see this no ult zone come into play here. Pace with that presence of mind to head on over there immediately. Having no ultimate, he's mitigated that risk, mitigated that disadvantage. Now Spider looks as though he's taking a bit of damage here. Mines chasing after him, not able to find the heal, unfortunately. Spider finding the parry, doing the optimal thing as well. Stopping the parry animation and going for that R&B focus hold. Spider now getting caught on the dodges, going for that parry, not able to find it. Mines now no combo breaker available. Is getting hit by the purple spear, doing quite a bit of damage. Dodges the horizontal catch beautifully. Spider finds the soul blue, but now eating a lot of pressure from Mike. He finds the opening. Spider in a dire situation. Will he be able to get out of this alive?
Manages to go for the F2 hold to escape away from Mike. Has the ultimate, has to go for the V2. He utilizes one teleport to get behind him. The Temi utilizes his combo break. Spider goes into the wind, but the terrain grieves. So even though Mike finds the horizontal, there's no follow through. And Spider is able to utilize another teleport. Timon comes through, but Spider with the parry looks to try and keep himself alive with the overhold, but does get hit by another form of CC as Mike claims the kill onto WBG Spider and now has to deal with the interloper. Polaris with that third party opportunity is not going to be able to find the hit onto that Matari and has to try and win this 1v1 against the Temi.
Indeed, now having to use that F. Go into the sky, throws down the wisp. Polaris does get counter grappled. Mike going back on in, trying to apply this pressure. Trying to find something, but not able to do so. Now looks to disengage with that dagger. And considering the fact that Tumult's combo break is one of those combo breakers that has such a low cooldown, he already has it up. Scale rushes away, breaks away, and he's back in business. Fully reset, is going to be coming back to try and find some pressure onto Polaris. As we talked about, he is in that match point threshold, and he finds the beautiful parry. The vertical focus coming through, the R&B to tech chase Polaris. He does, he breaks away. The scale rush The dazzle is going to give him a moment to get away, but Mike, hot on his heels, getting stuck on the tree, on the buildings. Will he be able to find this? Polaris goes over to an armor, but it doesn't look as though he's able to pick it up, or perhaps it was empty.
Mike goes for the skirmish, will be able to put himself into that position to continue applying this chase down onto Polaris, but 2-5, fresh off Salvation Podium, comes on through with that legendary Hong Sword from solving that puzzle. The Tessa wanting to find these kills, put himself up into that match point eligibility threshold. The 1, the 2 finds the chase down. The Tessa ultimate comes on out, but unfortunately it gets dodged. The enchantment entirely nullified by the enchantment coming on through from that Syracast of that V1, and 2-5 loses the window of opportunity, puts himself away from the fight. Polaris spamming the R&B, fully heals on up, and 2-5 now comes through again because he's so close to casting another ultimate, and those Polaris is down his V1.
Oh, 2-5. The grapple into the jump cancel with this golden hang sword. Oh, but no full damage. He doesn't get the chunk of damage coming out from that third slash, that third stab into the ground. 2-5 going for the cross, but instantly gets caught by this focus. No full true follow-up here, unfortunately, though. For Polaris, 2-5 forced to get this reset, but he's very happy to do so. He can work with this. He has the time to play with, as he has that ultimate ready to go at a moment's notice. Polaris gets the clank, trying to... Oh! With the jump parry, beautifully done. Goes for that single hit. Polaris now swapping to the slap, forced to do so. Getting overheld here, caught on the dodge. 2-5 finds him with the... Oh, the ultimate! It's over for Polaris. He finds the armor swap. 2-5 gonna go for the focus instead of the combo, and oh my goodness, that's damage! That's why you want a golden weapon this early on.
And that is why 2-5 is more than happy to take a fight against the Syra, understands he just has to do enough damage to force out that V1, and then gets to come on through with a second cast of that enchantment window. Knows as well that the Syra did not have the opportunity of utilizing the at-once dodge out of it, as Mike gets parried and does not get the opportunity to pick up that weapon, puts himself into that realm of Yang to take the fight against Cell, rather than continuing versus Frostivus, who goes into the second realm of Yang and is currently uncontested. We know that we're going to get a matchup between Zell and Mike. Mike needing this MVP to finish this day early, but he's up against the Syra. The RMB comes on through, Mike spacing away, trying to just bait the Syra into full committing the focus strikes, looking for that parry opportunity. Skarish comes on out, finds the connection onto the Syra, the jump horizontal, looking to follow it up. He's got the Syra up against the wall of that pillar, into the grapple bump, into the over the LMB. Syra V1 is now going to come on through. The wave roll starts to come on out from Mike's side. He's still holding on to the V3 from the Temi. Not a single one of these stun dances have connected until just now. Mike's still got the combo breaker though. He's still fully controlling the entire tempo of this 1v1. And now with the Tumultuous Ultimate coming on through, every single thing is going to be within his hands.
He has the tempo. Can he find this wisp? Oh, he does! Zelding's only taking a little bit of damage. Mike opts to go for that heal. Would rather find the reset instead of going for some kind of follow-up. Now, the focus attack is going to come on through. Zelding does use that combo breaker. Mike has a couple seconds left on his. Dodges out. Zelding doesn't get caught by this tap dodge, unfortunately. Mike with the focus attack yet again. Zelding tries to catch the wake up, not able to do so. That tap dodge roll. Mike turning that focus attack around as well. This new spear, horizontal focus, making it so difficult, so tricky to actually find the parry onto. Mike gets caught with that vertical, not able to throw out that wisp. Now getting down, finding the opening, that little bit extra damage, throws down the wisp, finds him on the dodge yet again, goes for that hold, but not able to. Zelding with the release. Mike tries to find it, but oh my god, the 1-2-3 is going to claim the Yang for Zelding, taking down OUG's Mike.
Mike now gets put under Yang depletion, and if he goes out of this lobby early, he does not have enough kills secured to be able to come on through with that security of the MVP. If he does not manage to cleanse this dunk, we're guaranteed to go another game, and the likes of Spider, 2-5 and Star, the door is left fully open for them to come on through. Wufong comes on out with that Vermilion Bird. Smite has to burn the combo breaker out early, looks for the drop down with the dual blades, will not be able to find the uppercut extension, with Arano able to come on through with the ultimate activation to dodge away from it. Wufong now comes on out with his own V2, goes a little bit too low, but the Matari able to chase him down with those dashes, gets into a position to throw out the R&B from that fan and catch the connection. And Wufong ultimate looked to go to the sky, but Arano is able to keep pace and clips the wings. Vermilion Birds might denied the F2, that Matari proving that just like Icarus, that Hardy flew a little bit too close to Aquila's crest.
He did indeed, but thankfully he does have that Vermilion Birdseye. He is going to be back in action very soon. Frostivus and Mike Star, however, they're in a bit of a sticky situation. We have this Yang depletion coming on through. Frostivus with that blue armor. He does have the purple weapon, but will he actually be able to find any of these eliminations and that Soul Bloom? Because it looks as though there's a pretty high concentration of players in Plumed Castle, and as you all well know at home, Plume Castle, pretty hard to find eliminations, pretty hard to actually catch somebody because that terrain, the verticality, allows for so much kiting, especially if they've had their hands on a fan or a dagger.
Yeah, especially with the Rising Sands as well. We're going to see Mike with the 1-2 from that spear. Looking to find this kill against one of these players. The jump horizontal, the Matari, forced into overholding that F2 to avoid out of any extension that the spear was looking to confirm into. And you can see that one player has Yang depletion, one player has that buff. Both of them trying to find this kill onto that Matari, who is going to be vulnerable in these over multi-wave fights coming on out, especially if Mike is not fighting the other player and Arano does not get the opportunity to blitz a low health player down and claim that kill with the F2 connection. Mike, with 2 minutes left, still has the ultimate if he wants to fully isolate one of these players. Goes for a little bit of just an armor reset, as unfortunately, as you said, Frostivus just got taken down. And Mike is running out of options because that second realm of Yang is going to be spawning on up, and that's going to divert attention and positions of these players.
It may actually allow him to potentially find a player who's looking to go into the realm of Yang, but oh my goodness, that Spider with his dash, that F2 coming in yet again is going to claim an elimination just with, you know, low effort. Work smarter, not harder. No need to go full in. Just send it, find it. Opportune moment, very well timed, you know, and it's not easy either. You might think, oh, he's just getting the easy kills. No, this is not easy to do. You need to find the exact moment that's actually going to get you the value. But oh my goodness, Mike, oh my god, the Tumulk on Tumulk, the betrayal burst. He's going to go down, the Witch protects him. Mike, he avoids the dash, but he doesn't get the Soul Bloom. Oh no, Arano is in the driver's seat. He's got so much pressure with this ultimate coming on through because Tumulk ultimate is now come down. Mike getting chased on the dodges, the F2's coming in, and he catches him on the drop down. Arano gets another elimination, and Mike gets sent back to the lobby.
We guarantee go another round, and we will have multiple players now on match point. Spider has crossed the threshold. So too has T225. The question now becomes, will TE Star be able to join them? As time is dwindling, unfortunately for Star. He has sub 20 seconds left. Assault Smolder and the parry, but unfortunately the Tesla still has the F1 combo break. He just needs to survive an additional 7 seconds. T225 though gets lobbied by a third player, but the cast of the ultimate will be able to keep him up. And Star, no! He found the bloom, but his health is so low that Spider still finds the kill onto him.
That's insanity! Spider with six eliminations, and I feel like every single one of them was from F2. Absolutely insane. Beautifully done from Spider, and he makes it out alive as well. Wufong and Zeldinct in the realm of Yang now. Wufong can use that combo breaker. A little bit of a disadvantage in terms of effective help, but quickly turning the tables there, finding that overhold, finding the damage onto Zeldinct, forcing out the combo break, and now narrowly avoiding that focus coming through. Zeldinct forced to use that ultimate.
Yeah, but we can see the Syra and the Hardy is actually going to hold on to his, but that means that he's grounded. The RMB into that laser follow for Wufong now utilizes his ultimate. Is there enough time left? 16 seconds of that V1. The Syra can't really go up to follow through, but that laser still has significant amounts of reach. The Syra V1 has now been removed, but Wufong was still incredibly low. Has to spend a little bit of time with that Hardy ultimate, healing on up to blitz the Syra a little bit fairer to the portion of health. And now that we go back into neutral, both of these players still incredibly low, but the Syra with the overhold and that spacing that the longsword is able to confirm, as opposed to those dual blades, which get a little bit faster. faster, but Wu Feng held on to the fact he had Cavalry Bloom. The Syra gets clipped into the lawnmower, and we go down to a one-hit situation with the range swap.
Oh my goodness, the jump R&B as well. Wu Feng, he goes in for the kill. He tries to find it, but not able to. But he gets him regardless. He fades back in and finds the kill. Wu Feng clutching it. Oh my goodness, what a performance. It was looking scary there for a second.
The amount of risk that is attached to holding on to an impactful Soul Jade like Cavalry Bloom.
Did he not show it?
He didn't show it.
Didn't show it?
He didn't show it until that very last moment. He was doing everything in his power to burn that Syra down low enough that the ultimate would be forced while he was still holding on to his own V2, but he never showcased Cavalry Bloom.
I thought I saw him, I mean, the R&B animation, it's so big.
Yeah, he went for base R&B. He only ever stood still.
That's crazy. Hey, I mean, you've activated my trap, you know?
Well, it was also up against longsword spacing, because that's the thing. The Syra banked on the longsword spacing, winning him the distance fight, so he did not expect that Cavalry Bloom to suddenly allow the Hardy to transcend that distance and close up, because if you expect Cavalry Bloom, you jump parry.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing around the longsword space. What on earth just happened there? Arano, he fell off the building, but we're heading on over to the POV of Zeldict, who unfortunately has had his ultimate forced out now. He is going to be able to come away with full HP, I imagine, considering that he spent most of that ultimate just healing, but will he get chased down? As I say it, no, he's in plumed.
he kites so
he's got plenty of time to get his ult back. I think he'll be alright.
He goes all the way up to the top. Unfortunately, though, he might not be fine, because the Hardy actually chases him. Wu Feng saw that the Syra is down that ultimate, and Wu Feng was the Hardy that was fighting that Syra. So he understands that this is a Syra with Yank depletion. And the Hardy has that mobility plus the ultimate to try and keep pace with him. So I don't think he's going to go for the full commitment, but he was basically ticking off that space to be like, is the Syra going to be up here, looking for a potential drop-down kill onto a low player.
Zelding under pressure. He's not gone up to the skies, to the top of the castle. Instead, he's dropped down, or has been forced to do so. But as we talked about earlier, the fan coming through, just making it so difficult for anyone to really actually keep someone down, hold them down enough or long enough to actually do a significant amount of damage, impactful damage. Wu Feng very happy to simply just run around here and see what he can find, see what kind of value he can find for himself. He does have that buff still.
Yeah, and he was also right next to Zeld that moment, and he did not try and fight the Syra because, again, he understands this Syra has Yang depletion. So all he has to do is wait out for when Zell loses that time bar and just get the last hit. In the meantime, he can actually play around the aggression that the Syra is forced into utilizing to look for that third party, look for that parry. Zell with the F1 will be able to take himself from the low ground to the high ground and escape fairly unscathed into the other side of Plumed and potentially look for a full armor reset from those shield powders. But he's running out of time, and there's the Cavalry Bloom. All Wu Feng needs to do is just keep an eye on where the Syra plays from.
This is a pretty interesting situation right now. Zelding, the other Syra is close by. He can potentially sort of costume change. It looks as though he's found his target. He finds the Matari. Matari, if you force out that F ability, they become extremely vulnerable. It's one of the very easy targets to potentially go for in endgame circles as well, because of that exact reason. Arano now, the other Matari in the vicinity, is going to get focused. Just a little bit of attention coming out from Zelding, but it's so difficult as we see so much terrain, so many buildings, windows, avenues of escape. You know, it makes it extremely hard to truly find any value when you actually really need it. You know, I need this Soul Bloom. I don't want to be plumed.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Zaz, well, even if he finds the kill onto one of these players, if he's in his ultimate, he has to cancel his ultimate. You can't actually interact with anything on the map. When you're in Syra ultimate, you can't pick up items, and that includes solvents. He will be able to find the R&B into that dazzle off of the LMB follow through. And
wait a second.
Yeah, pace went down. The question is, has Zell been able to spot out where? He's forced into utilizing the F1. He doesn't have his ultimate. He's currently being absolutely decimated by 2 players, and he has to put himself onto that wall, utilizing those windows that we were talking about, how hard it is to be able to lock one of these players down to just keep himself away from these fights. As you can see, though, Matari's more than happy to keep it playing that fight because they know Syra is one of their strongest oppositions when we head into those endgame situations. So if Arano on this Matari can take the Syras out before we get to that situation, and those 2 Syras have the opportunity of turning onto any hero left, because like you said, they would have turned onto the Matari initially, he's going to take it. This is, I think, how we can see. Oh, is it? Oh, no! 2!
That was
3!
And look, there's the Soul Bloom just sat there. Spider didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's so
sad.
unfortunate for Zal. The Soul Bloom that he needed was right there, but he was on the other side of Plumed. He was nowhere near the Moonbeam.
I don't think he even realized, to be honest with you. You know, in those situations when you're desperately trying to find a Soul Bloom or what, you're trying to catch players. People coming in and out of windows, whatever. It's very hard to be mindful and see everything on the screen and actually catch something pop up in that kill feed and like recognize that it's somebody gone down to a Moonbane and knowing where that Moonbane is. So unfortunately, yes, he was not aware of this situation. Otherwise, I believe he certainly would have gone looking for that one.
Yeah, Spider now as well was free to waltz over to the Spirit Well and cap it uncontested. He's running around with Mystic Might, so he has all of the information as well as damage reduction attached to his name. As Wufong, is just all of that legendary armor removed. And we can see that some of these players very much content to just keep up this pressure on these heroes that they understand have a much better opportunity than them when they head into those endgame situations. Spider looking to come on through with that focus hit from the nunchucks will not be able to keep them in his pocket. He will not be able to turn it in time to avoid being parried. Does still have that Mystic Might though, so he is still going to be able to keep himself alive. Had to burn out that F2, as we can see that he knows he's going to be vulnerable. He does not want to have to part with the V2 before he wants to make a play, and he is just going to find a very good just sky exit with that F2 from that skybox, from that building. And it really shows how these players map out certain situations. They understand this building can allow me to kite this way.
Absolutely. I mean, once you've spent a certain amount of time playing the game and playing all these maps and knowing every nook and cranny on the map, you're able to just immediately, without even thinking at times, second nature, just know exactly where you got to go. But that being said, you still have to have the presence of mind to know where these other players have been. Perhaps, you know, you got to be able to keep track of armor swaps in the vicinity. If you've walked around and you spotted a few, remembering where those armor swaps are can mean the difference between you going down or surviving. Because if you find that armor swap, you know, white armor, that's 500 health.
Yes.
You know, it's gonna come in clutch at times. But then again, you know, you swap to a white armor and you don't get to swap back, it can be extremely bad as well.
Poor Wufong. He tried to take cover inside that building and everyone just swapped to cannons and absolutely barbecued him. Because that AoE damage, it goes through the walls, and especially if you have Rupture Gale and Flames Breath, that's more AoE damage and more burn damage coming on through. He's trying to turn it onto the Siren. He's trying to appease both of these Mataris by forcing the Siren to utilizing that ultimate, but it leaves him vulnerable. He's having to commit to these heavy-hitting focus strike hits, and he gets parried and will not be able to recover off the back of it. Spider's able to come on through with another kill. Mine's now with the tech on that Hongso to try and keep this chase down. Wanted to deny that Matari slipping away and finding the full legendary armor reset, but this is probably going to come down to a 1v1 Matari face-off between Spider and Arano. It's just a matter of who is going to be able to pick up this kill onto Mines. Arano more than happy to just go for the cannon shots. Spider doing the exact same.
This is looking pretty rough for Mines. Unfortunately, he is the only Syra double Matari with these cannons, making it extremely hard to really do anything and actually get these resets. He's been less than full HP for quite a while at this point. The scatter shot coming on through as well, I believe. Scatter shot along with target lock, I believe, for Spider with the cannon. Oh, what is going on? Mines, it's the vulnerable target. What do you do in this situation? You know what I think he should do? I think he needs to ult and
Yeah.
just simply try and go for one of these
But
plays.
the problem is, the reason why both these Mataris are only going for the ranged weaponry pressure, like the poke, is because they don't want to be the closest one when the Syra ults. Because whoever is the closest Matari when the Syra ultimates, yeah, the Syra's going to go down, but you go down immediately because you have to utilize your ultimate sooner than the other Matari. And we're going to actually see that Mines is sort of given an opportunity to live a little bit longer. Now he's going to go for that V1 and try and turn the attention onto one of them. Looks like he's opted to go for EWG's runner, who was a little bit too close to that storm damage. The Stun Dazzle pushes the Matari into that corruption tick, and suddenly Spider is looking for the betrayal. We might see the F2 dash to deny the kill from Mines because the buttery rocks means he can't find the horizontal catch.
Oh my goodness, Mines! He does go down, and to Spider no less. He picks up so many. How many kills was that, Moxie? I don't even know at this point. My guy is the absolute chef right now of third partying and finding those eliminations with those dashes. Certainly gonna be securing that MVP. There's no doubt in my mind, and that I believe takes him up to a total of 38 or so points, skyrocketing to the top of the mountain. WBG Spider with a massive MVP.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he jumps over Mike in terms of overall stats.